So today is May 27th, and today's quote is entitled, Disempowering Yourself. Blame disempowers, handicaps, and discourages you. Thus, it prevents you from realizing how you created the situation and how you can improve it. Blame is to deny karma, to deny your responsibility in a cause and effect relationship. So, most of us understand karma, and karma is simple. Everything is a result of a cause. Every effect is a result of a cause. So, look at any cause, look at any effect and go back, and there'll be a cause. If you change the cause, the effect would change. So, if there's something going on in your life, you can go back and say, well, what caused that? And you'll see, well, this caused this, and now I ended up like this. Along the way, if you change any of those causes, you have a different effect, isn't it? So, instead of blaming the effect, at least blame the cause. If you want to blame something, blame the cause, because if you blame the cause, then you realize, well, probably you created the cause, and therefore, if the cause is the problem, you could have caused something else. So, most causes you can manage. Some causes, obviously, are beyond our control. But every cause that we can manage, therefore we could change, and therefore we could produce a different effect. So, we've often said that we're very good at harming ourselves, we're very good at punishing ourselves. Sometimes we're really good at torturing ourselves, and then we blame something or someone for causing the problem that we ourselves caused. Now, you might say, that's not always true, because other people cause problems. You're right, they cause problems, but you cause yourself problems by allowing other people's problems to bother you, or other people's behavior to bother you. So it's true, maybe someone didn't behave nicely with you. And what do? You could dwell on it, you could become very disturbed, you could try to take some action against them. And so your reaction is actually hurting you. So, okay, they hurt you, but your reaction is hurting you equally, sometimes even more. And when you realize it's not going to help to blame them, but what's going to help is if I can change my response. The causes which are affecting my outcome now can be changed. It's like an event happens, and then from that event, there's an outcome. But in between the event and the outcome, there's your response. So your response affects the outcome, even if not externally, it affects your outcome in terms of how you deal with it. So, blame, it doesn't help, because blame doesn't solve problems. Even if it is someone else's fault, to blame them really doesn't make the situation any better. So it disempowers us from coming up with a solution. So, yes, it prevents you from realizing how even if you haven't created the situation, let's say it's not your fault, but it's your fault if you don't do something to make the situation better. Now, like for example, a lot of people, they have a situation and it's affecting them today, and maybe it wasn't their fault, but the fault that they have now is they're still allowing that situation to affect them. And so, okay, it was someone else's fault, but we live with the pain or the hurt or the betrayal, whatever it is that event caused, and thus in the present we suffer because of something in the past. So yes, I could blame it on that, but the reality is I could do something about it, and I'm not doing anything about it. So in that way, blame disempowers, because it handicaps you for making solutions and seeing what you could do in this situation to improve. You get stuck. So anytime the past is influencing the present, that means there's a problem with the past in the sense that you haven't dealt with it. You haven't healed it, you haven't gotten over it. It's still causing you today in some way to be affected by it. And what that means is it's the past has become the source of your future. Because if that past event is affecting you, then it's going to influence what you do in the future outcomes. Because you might feel, well, I can't do what I need to do in the future because of the past event. So now the past has control over the future. You're allowing that to happen, but ultimately, it doesn't have to happen. You can let that go, you can heal it, deal with it, drop it, and then create a future based on where you want to go, what you want to do, rather than what that past event is dictating. And usually we get stuck in the past because we're blaming someone or something. Not smart. Hare Krishna.